Hey everybody, it's Rob with Cherry City Guns and Ammo, and today we're taking a look at my Mosin Nagant model M91 chambered in 7.62 by 54R. Stick around. Alright, so we are taking a look at the venerable old Mosin Nagant. This gets a lot of hate. I don't know why. There's a lot of haters out there of the Mosin Nagant. They say it's a garbage rifle. That has not been my experience with several of these rifles. These are very tough made. They're built like a tank. Old Russian military rifles. The M91 refers to the fact that it was originally designed, or the action was originally designed in 1891, and 30 as in it is a 30 caliber. These were very plentiful back in the day. They were being shipped into the US in massive quantities. Once the Russians had nowhere to use for them and they put them into storage, they would dip them in a vat of hot cosmoline and then wrap them in wax paper, and they were just thrown into warehouses for decades before they were then shipped to the US. When I first started buying Mosins, they cost about $89.99. I know at one point in time you could get these at gun shows for like 25 bucks, but that was a little bit before my time. I bought at Big 5 Sporting Goods for $89.95. And then for the same price, you buy a 440 round spam can, they called it. It was like just a big can of ammunition, all paper wrapped rounds, and you had to have a special opener to actually cut the metal to open up this giant can of rounds. But for 180 bucks, you got an old battle rifle and 440 rounds of ammunition. And power-wise, this is fairly equal to about a 308. So it's a very capable round. The only thing was, when you buy them, nobody inspected them. They were brought out, still wrapped in the wax paper that the Russians wrapped them up in a cardboard box, and it was kind of potluck. You get them home, you'd unwrap them and find out what you had. This is actually my second Mosin that I have owned. The first one I had, it was a 1944 production date. And the bad thing about anything that was made during the war, they were trying to put out as many weapons as they could in as short a time as possible. So they really took all their focus off everything that made the guns aesthetically pleasing, and really only worried about function. And they just wanted to get guns into people's hands. So that first gun I had, it had just a beechwood stock, which that's what most of them have, is a beechwood stock. They're not pretty. But beechwood is plenty strong and it gets the job done. And once again, they weren't worried about aesthetics. This one I got very lucky on. I don't know how easy it is to tell on camera, but you see all these lines? This is actually a factory laminate stock. So that's all different pieces of wood that have all been sandwiched together and glued together. That was a pretty rare thing to get a laminate stock. They're equally light as the beechwood stocks, but they're far tougher and far less chance of warping with having all those layers all glued together like plywood. This one, it's been well finished. This is a 1939 gun, so being that it was pre-war, it was put together. A little more time and effort was put into finishing. Whereas that 1944 model I had, if you took off the handguard, and you could even see it on this part of the barrel that's exposed, it looked like a file. From when they turned the barrel on a lathe, they didn't do any smoothing or polishing. They just turned it to the rough outer dimensions and called it good. It was just get this rifle done and out the door. So like it was like a file. It was so funny. This one's nice and smooth. The finish is in pretty decent shape. I actually refinished this stock after I got it, but the metal is still in the condition that I got it in. But these are these are good old rifles. There's things about them that could be better, but you know, they're super solid, and I've never heard anybody having any problems with them functioning. It's a straight pull bolt handle, so to open it up, it does stick straight up, unless you get one of the sniper models, the M91 30 PU is what they called it. It had a turn down bolt handle, and then part of the stock was milled away for a side mount for a scope. That the scope sat over top, but the mount came off the side, and it was a straight 4-power. That's all they used. But they were good enough for sniper duty. If they're good enough for sniper duty, they should be good enough for me. And there's actually one of my favorite movies of all time. I love World War II movies. They're my absolute favorite. There's a movie called Enemy at the Gates. It's starring Jude Law, and it's based on a real person and his deeds during World War II in the Battle of Stalingrad. His name was Vasily Zaitsev, and he won a lot of awards. He had like 400 and something confirmed kills against Nazi officers. Pretty impressive. That guy killed a lot of people. And the movie, Jude Law plays Vasily Zaitsev, and it's a good movie, and Ed Harris is in it, and he's a great actor, and Rachel Weisz. But yeah, these are cool. There's some weird stuff, like the safety. You can't really see a regular safety. The safety is this big old beast, and to set it, you got to pull it back, and it's got a tremendous amount of spring pressure. But you pull it back and then turn it to the side, and as hard as it is to put the safety on, you can see now the trigger's not functional. It's like way harder to turn it off. So you got to pull it back and turn it all the way back and get it straight again, and then your gun can actually be fired. And I think this is hilarious. The rear sight is graduated out to 2,000 meters. Talk about a pipe dream. You're never going to shoot 2,000 meters, not with any sort of accuracy. But for 100 yards it in, this is a rather accurate rifle. I've shot it quite a bit. I've actually, off a bench with hand loads that I've developed for this rifle, I have hit the 4-inch gong at my gun club at 200 yards multiple times. So the gun is capable of a reasonable amount of accuracy. So all those people that say that they're garbage, well, I just don't think they know what they're capable of. They just know they're Russian made, and they just go, oh, they gotta be garbage. Can't be any good. But we got some fun targets of opportunity over there. Let's shoot these 2 liters real quick. See how well the old Mosin blows them up. Now, it only holds 5, so we've now shot 5, so we got to top her back off here. We're just going to put 4 rounds in it. I've got 4 more targets of opportunity, so we should be good as long as I don't screw it up. Sometimes that's a big ask, but let's see if we can get it done. So our last 2 liter. All right, now over there, on top of the plate rack, I've got 3 cans of shaving cream. And as you can see, we popped some other cans of shaving cream earlier when I was shooting my M1 Garand. So let's see if I can pop those. There's one. Oh, I missed it. That was pathetic. I gotta throw one more round in here. All right, last one. All right, last one. There we go. Okay. All right. So, those were my fault. Those are not the gun's fault. The gun's capable of far greater accuracy than that. Apparently, I'm not. That's okay. I'm just here having fun. Let's see if we can do it long range. Lots of times, and it shows it in the beginning of that movie, Enemy at the Gates, during the Battle of Stalingrad. Guys are getting off like, you know, cattle cars, and they're going through a line, and they would hand a guy a rifle and a stripper clip of ammo, and then the guy behind him, they hand him just a stripper clip of ammo and say, follow the guy in front of you until he dies. When he dies, pick up his rifle, you've got your own ammo, move forward. I didn't know if that was something that was just done for the movie. I looked it up, and apparently that is fairly historically accurate. So you'd get all your ammo in these stripper clips. These feed in right here. And unlike the M1 Garand, the stripper clip doesn't go into the rifle. It's just a feeding device for the ammo. So after you push them all in, you put all that away. Usually they're just pitching them over their shoulder, and you're now loaded up with 5 rounds of ammunition. Let's, do we go right out to 100 yards, or we start at 60? Let me step to this side of the camera. Let's start at 60, because I missed a shaving cream can at like 25. That was rather pathetic. Let's shoot the big silhouette. Alright, that was easy enough even for me. Let's go for the 8-inch gong. Okay, I could do that. Alright. Let's stretch the legs. Let's go out to 100 yards. Hey, I hit it. Okay. See if I can hit it twice in a row. Twice in a row. You know, the really pathetic thing is, I guarantee it's harder to hit that silhouette at 100 yards than it is to hit a can of shaving cream at 25. I just screwed that one up. Go for 3 times, third time's the charm. Of course I can't do it 3 times in a row. Alright, I've got 2 last rounds in my pocket. I'm going to go really crazy here. Let's see if we can hit the 100-yard head. It's be really tough. It's weird with open sights. It's a really weird phenomenon that happened, and I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to make excuses. But you look at a target at 100 yards or further out, and you lift up your open sights to try to put it on it. I swear to God, the target appears to shrink. So let's see if I can hold on that 100-yard head. See if I can't get a shot on target. That was close. I got one more. One more. Okay. I was close. I was close. Not close enough. Alright, the barrel's getting rather hot. We're about 20 rounds into this now. Maybe more. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to cool down, and then we'll come back and we'll sum it all up. Alright, so we had one more round that apparently I dropped out of the first box of 20. I haven't let it cool down yet. But I'm going to put this last one from that box of 20 in and try to hit that head. If I can't hit the head, then we'll let it cool and we'll try again. Okay. I'm going to say that the barrel getting hot is throwing it off. I got to give myself all the excuses I can. Alright, head. Let's see if we can do it. Apparently not. I guess we got to let it cool. It's totally the rifle being hot. That's all it is. Alright, I think we're sufficiently cooled down. That means I now have no excuse to not hit the 100-yard head. Go and zoom in on that, cameraman. Alright. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Come on, come on. I know I can do it. Thinking that was close. Okay, come on, come on. All right, shot number 5. That sounded weird. I don't know if I hit something and bounced off something or what, but that sounded kind of odd. I'm not going to lie to you and try to say that was me hitting it, because that wasn't it. Alright, a few more tries, Alright. That looked like that was right over top of it. Hey! You know, given enough opportunities, I can make just about any shot. Sometimes it takes a lot of opportunities. Alright, let's hit some easier stuff. Let's do that 60-yard plate. There we go. That's a big confidence booster right there. Let's hit our 60-yard silhouette. And I miss it. That was pathetic.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Let's do the 100-yard silhouette. Come on now. Hey. Alright. I'm done screwing around. Yeah, you know, these are very capable rifles. They're more capable when they're in more capable hands, but the rifle themselves are quite capable. The people that look their nose down at them, I just don't think they're aware that they actually are a well-built firearm. And I really like it. This is another gun it's a gun that's never going to go anywhere. It's going to stay in my possession forever. I do hand load for it. That's not what I'm shooting right now. I'm just shooting some cheapo Barnaul steel lacquered cases. But at home I do have some actual factory, you know, Russian military surplus armor piercing rounds. So maybe one of these days we'll bring this back out with the armor piercing rounds and maybe see what we can shoot through. But for now, we're going to go ahead and call this a day. One more shot on the 60-yard silhouette just for fun. And we're going to call that a day. Thanks a lot for watching the video, everybody. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.